What are we? 17, 18 episodes deep? A big 2-0 soon. We're going to be part of the 1% club.
Episode 17, I think?
No, it's 18. No, this one's 18, I think.
18? 19, might be 19.
Is it?
This might be 19.
Exciting.
One more, and we're at the 1% club.
We're in the 1% club.
And then we get a hat. Do you expect to get a sponsor?
Oh, no. Don't care. I don't care.
So if you got one, you'd be wrapped.
Oh, if I got one, yeah, exactly. You would. Great question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if someone calls us up right now and says, hey, we want to sponsor the show.
You're like, this is sick.
Fucking oath. Okay, we started at $53,000 for the opening credit.
Setting the expectations high.
Yeah, was that an expectation? Is it a standard? Like, what are you trying? That's what I mean. I'm finding some difficulty in the definition of the words.
Differentiating the two.
Yeah. Because you can always bring them back to each other.
Do you think there's a relation between, are they the same thing? Can you use the word expectation everywhere you could use the word standards? Why would there be two words?
What? Yeah. I didn't write the English language.
What's the difference between expectations?
For context, we are Googling right now.
And standards. Yeah, I'm not talking like that. A standard is a level of quality, something that is accepted as a norm and generally used as a basis for judgment. An expectation is a strong belief that something is going to happen.
There you go.
Or a feeling that someone or something is going to achieve something.
So expectation.
One is fact, the other is fiction.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Shit.
Okay. So your feeling or belief of a future event is pretty much an expectation. I'm going to the Grand Prix. I'm expecting it to be sick. I'm expecting to have a really good time. I'm taking clients. I'm expecting to have an expectation that they will be grateful for me to spend $2,000 on taking them into a corporate box. I'm expecting that they're going to give me more work as a result of this. So the standard would then be, hey, I'm taking you here. I've got that job in the bag, yeah? Like, yep, you do. So I've got that expectation. Now, what happens when I go to the Grand Prix and they're like, fuck, this is the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. And you're like, bro, I've just fucking spent $3,000 on a ticket. We've got all you can eat, all you can drink. And he turns around and says, I hate cars. I'm all about electric.
Yeah.
And
I can't believe you brought me here.
And I'm fasting. I've been fasting for 6 days.
And it's my daughter's birthday.
And I don't drink alcohol. So, like, fuck you. But I had the expectation that this is going to be such a great event, so much fun, and now he's just brought it all the way down. Now it's a drainer.
So expectations can have some good and have some bad.
Yeah. But then that probably comes down to your training a little bit too. Okay, so if it is a bad, you've got the expectation now. I've got the expectation that I'm going to go to the Grand Prix. It's going to be an amazing experience for everyone and everything that we do there.
Yeah,
and I'm going to have so much fun. It's going to be a great 3 days that we've got tickets for it. And then when I get there and it's not because of something else happening, do I let myself be upset by that? Like you were cracking the shits this morning with your car or the other morning with your car?
Yeah.
Or do I go, you know what, that's cool. I'm still having fun. I'm still going to enjoy this. Didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but this is not, I don't regret it. I don't regret coming here. I don't regret spending the money. I don't regret inviting that person who's a trainer because the other two people that are also here are having a fun time. So he can bring his own mood down, doesn't need to bring mine down. So maybe it does come down to a level of your training when it comes to how you react to the result of that expectation. Bad or good.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I agree with that. Okay. If you cannot get upset, did you really have the expectation?
Yeah.
Was it more hope than belief? Because if you genuinely believe something should be a certain way and it doesn't go that way, that's upsetting. But if you hope or would like it to, it's a little bit different. Does that make sense? A hope is more like, I wish this of this, whereas a belief is something you think is the way it should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you are easily like, yeah, okay, look, I would have liked it if this had happened or if this was a better day or whatever it is, but it didn't, but I'm not going to let it get me down. Well, then did you really believe? Did you really have that high level of expectation from it. Because and like put the car example aside, like let's just say, for example, when you get told like about a particular food or a particular restaurant or a movie, and then they're like, hey, this is sick. You gotta see it. I'm telling you now, I'm not oversold super pumped. Just on the side note. I'm telling you. Trust me. Raise your expectations.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah, so now I'll go watch it. And I'm thinking this is going to be the best doco I've ever seen in my life. I'm thinking about the best doco I've ever seen.
Yeah, better.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Trust me.
And I'm like, it's got to be better than that. I'm so excited to watch this thing. And then I watch it. I'm like, what the fuck's Robby on about?
Yeah. Okay. So on that side note, how much have I raised the expectations for it?
Yeah.
Now watch it and then report back on this podcast and let people know how damn good it was. Yeah. But yeah, you know how when like someone tells you about a movie or a restaurant or anything like that, and then you go, and it could be a fairly decent place. It could be a fairly decent movie, and then you go and you watch it, but because your expectations are here, and then the movie's here, which is still good, you're let down.
How funny. Last night, I went to a restaurant, and it was voted Melbourne's best restaurant of 2023.
What was it called?
I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Where was it?
The city. Fuck, how can I
Melbourne's best restaurant of 2023. That's massive.
I'm going to try and message someone and find out.
This guy. You obviously didn't make the booking.
Nah, I didn't.
Well, tell us, how was it?
I didn't, I've been to Glenda Po Cafe, which served Vietnamese food down the road, which I rated better.
Mrs. Wong's?
Yeah, down there, Mrs. Wong's. Right, I'm just finding out this restaurant. Last night, there we go. So I look at that and go, well, that was sold to me. We're going to the best restaurant. Before we were going there, I actually had no idea we were going there. And we're going to the number one voted restaurant in Melbourne. I'm thinking, Jesus, cannot wait. I love food. How good is this going to be? I'm going to eat like an animal, and people are going to look at me funny. And then, the food was nice. Like, I'm not going to say it was bad food. What was it was good service. I don't even know. They had some seafood there. They had some meat. They had pasta. Like, it was a bit of a mix of cuisines, but and everything was nice that I ate. Like, I ate it all. It was all good. But I didn't leave there going, I'm not rushing back.
Why?
But then how? Because I didn't think the food was that nice. Like, I didn't think the food was at that level, that expectation. I was expecting like my taste buds to explode, that this was going to be the best meal I've ever had. And like, where do we sign up? Where do we come back next week? And apparently can't even get a table at this joint. Like, that's how full on it is at the moment.
It's obviously a very good restaurant.
Yeah, like, it was a nice restaurant. Great service, good location, nice vibe in the restaurant. So if you take into consideration everything, maybe that's part of the rating and how it got to where it is. But overall, the food, like, to me, the biggest part of going to a restaurant is the food.
Well, I'm not going for the lights.
Well, exactly. So yes, that can contribute to the ambience and the service and all that sort of jazz. Here we go. Let's see what it's called.
Let's see what it's called.
Gimlet.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been there?
You should. I just jerried that where you were.
Yeah.
No, I've never been there. I've heard of it.
Yeah. Like, it was nice. As I said, not bad, but the expectation that was put on me going to this restaurant, number one restaurant in Victoria, I'm thinking, holy shit. Now, and then it was funny, I was speaking to my driver on the way home, and he goes, where'd you go? I said, here. And he goes, what was I? I said, yeah, it was all right. I probably would have preferred a nice steak. Then we started talking. He goes, I love the Railway Hotel. I said, yeah, you know what? I would have much preferred the Railway Hotel than this place, as far as the food was concerned. And I'm like, well,
so that's the biggest plug for the Railway Hotel.
It's proudly brought to you by. But you know what I mean? In that regard, they make a good steak. I like the food, good wine, and I enjoy that. So I looked at that place and I thought that, to me, was a better meal than what this one was. How did that get voted number one?
So
the expectation was here, but I was like, down there.
Yeah. So having the high expectations from the rating didn't allow you to enjoy it as much.
But the food? No, my taste buds didn't allow me to enjoy it as much. Maybe someone else there thought it was amazing.
Oh, so you genuinely believe? So had you had no standards?
I didn't have a bad time there.
No.
I didn't think. I didn't like pick up the table and throw it across the room.
You're like,
And go, order the fucking salmon.
no. So, what you eat? You ate salmon.
No, there wasn't any
There
salmon.
wasn't any salmon. So my question to you was this: had I said, "Hey, I know this place. Let's just pop in here," and we just popped in and ate.
Yeah, and then it was sick food. Like, what? How have I not known about this place my whole life?
But do you think that could have been the experience you had with different expectations?
Oh, I wouldn't really. If you just said, "Hey, let's go for a bite," I wouldn't
Yeah.
really have any expectations.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So all I've done by saying, "Hey, let's go for a bite," is change your expectations of what we're going to eat.
Yeah, but then someone pre-framed that and said, "This is going to be an amazing experience," or "We're going to the number." They didn't even say it was great. They just said to me, I had the own. Actually, I put the expectation on the place because they said we're going to the number one restaurant in Victoria.
Which is so that rating made you set your
That's it.
expectation
It's up
bar
there,
up here.
Yeah, that's it.
Number one.
Got to be better than any steak I've ever had.
This is going to be the best food I've ever had.
Yeah, has to be.
It's pretty. It
It's
doesn't
It's number one. How could you be a 6 for food and be number one in the eyes of
6.
I'm just saying, like, how could you be the number one restaurant and not have the best fucking food on the planet?
Give him
Do you know what I mean?
6. Wow. 4.6 stars on Google.
There you go.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's nice. As I said, I didn't have a bad experience there. I'm just saying, was it a 10 out of 10? No.
Yeah, but that's based on your expectations.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So it's going to be. You probably won't be able to answer this, but I'm trying to get an idea of what was everyone else's experience like.
I didn't ask, but everyone had
You
an
just
enjoyable.
that upset at the end.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not talking.
I'll just stop talking.
Not talking to
to
anyone. This has been the worst. I can't believe this place is a 6.
Yeah.
It's just 6. That's 3 stars. That's a stab.
Safe to say they're not sponsoring us anytime soon.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
Who knows?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So how could
They're going to
you?
give us a 3-star rating on our podcast?
Okay, and look, I think it's human nature to do that, right? Because you're going to make a judgment based on the rating.
Yeah.
And how do we control that? How do we? What could you have done differently? Or
So I've heard, like, even let's go back to movies. It's probably a good one. It's like you've seen Oscar-winning movies. The Lord of the Rings won like something ridiculous as far as Oscars are concerned. Nicole, my wife would never watch a single one of those movies ever. And if
Yeah.
I made her watch it, saying this is the best movie ever, this is sick, and then she watches it, she'll fucking karate kick me in the head.
it's subjective.
Yeah.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.